Hey you guys, what's up? This is the Anime Buzz coming to you with another anime review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Air the Motion Picture, and let me just show you what it looks like. Um, the disc looks like this. You can see the outline of the character Misuzu right there, and take the disc off. You get this. Let me try to pull it out just a little. There's an alternate DVD cover, which is this picture right here. Beautiful artwork, I must say, of Misuzu, one of the main characters of the series. Alright, so basically, the movie pretty much starts off in a different note. Wait, no, before I even get to that, this series is another one of those series created by Key, which creates visual novels and other computer-based games. They created Clannad, Air, this one, um, and I also believe Kanon, which is, from what I hear, it's pretty good. They're all really similar. So if you see an art style similar to Air, then it's most likely it probably is the same people that made it. Now, Air itself did have an anime series, but I have not seen the anime series. Sadly, but I did watch the first episode just for a little clarification as to whether or not um, it was exactly the same to the movie, which in this case it isn't. There are a few similarities, whereas in the fact one of the main characters, I guess you could say the protagonist of the series, Yukito, he's a traveling puppeteer who's just trying to earn some money, and he he's pretty much been told this legend that's been in his family for generations and generations by his mother, who died years ago, who says that there's a winged girl who everyone in our family has to save. Well, you don't have to, but you have a choice. You can either save her, or you can just ignore it and just keep blowing on like the wind and all that. And at first he's just like, who? He's like, how do I even? He's like, would I even want to save this girl? And even then, um, how would I even know if it's her? And whereas later on in the movie, which is not too far into it, you're introduced to the other character, Misuzu, who is a student at a school who has missed pretty much every single day of school due to a mysterious illness that she has, and she's asking her teacher for a project that I guess you could say pretty much give her all the credits that she needs to pass on or something like that. Um, and he gives her a project of my town, which pretty much tells her to go around to different stuff around the town, history, all this different stuff, legend stuff. So she's looking in for different information and whatnot, and then she comes across Yukito, whom she asks, will you help me with my project? And so they basically befriend each other for the time being, and he rides around town, taking her to the different places that she needs to gather information for her project for, and then she feeds him at this local ramen shop, which, because he's poor, doesn't have any money to pay for anything, because he's trying to earn money to make a living off of. Um, so she asks him, like, do you have anywhere to stay? He's like, no. And she smooths stuff over with her mother, which is actually her aunt, which she says, you can stay as long as you can stay in the shed and all that stuff. And pretty much throughout this whole movie, you see the relationship focused mainly on Yukito and Misuzu, whereas I heard in the anime show it does not focus mainly on them. There's like other characters and stuff in the show, but it's just a little bit different in the the movie. And you know, the legend pretty much tells them that I mean, it's obvious and it's in plain sight that Misuzu and Yukito. Well, Yukito is the reincarnation of this guardian that protected Lady Kana, who is the winged woman who Misuzu is the reincarnation of. And you really do see like where they're coming from and all this stuff. And the series, while it does stress the relationship mainly between those two, it does stress the relationship between Misuzu and I think Haruko, her which is her aunt or what she calls her mother, her true mother, and all that stuff. And it really is a touching story. Throughout the movie, um, Misuzu's condition is constantly getting worse, and if you guys have ever like seen or heard of or read Romeo and Juliet, you know what it means when it says, and I quote, a moving tragic story of star-crossed lovers, and you know what star-crossed means. Um, hopefully you know what that means. And I don't want to spoil the ending for you of how it's going to go, of how it goes. But let me just say it's very sad. I mean, in a way, it's like you sort of expect it to happen, but you're like, dang, I wish that didn't happen. But I gotta say, I gotta hand it to Key because they created an awesome storyline that also got adapted into an anime movie. This and if you guys are, I gotta say, if you guys are looking for a sort of romantic action anime or something like Romeo X Juliet, you're not gonna find that in this one. What you're gonna find in Air is a very tragic story between two people who are destined to be together, but a curse pretty much drives them apart in the last moments that it seems that they're supposed to be together. And this is one of those movies that Funimation has had for a long time. Not just movies, but series that Funimation has had for the longest, but nobody actually knows because it's covered up by all of the other stuff that they're coming out with. And this series and Kanon are under, I believe, the Save Edition, which means you could pretty much get these for a really, really low price. I got the movie for $10, so I gotta say it's very much. I mean, it's probably the story itself is worth more, but it's definitely worth the price. For only $10, you get a very tragic movie, um, and it's very sad how it ends. So, with that being said, I think I'll give this movie a rating of about. I would give it an A plus, but I'm going to give it an A minus. The reason being is because if you haven't seen the anime show, you're not really going to be able to notice a lot of. You're not really going to be familiar with too much of anything. But aside from that, it's still really good. There's a few changes, there's a few differences between characters, storylines, uh, not just characters, but character designs, like literally how the characters look. But aside from that, it smooths over to be a very good movie. So with that being said, this is Anime Blaze signing out saying, check out Air. And this is the alternate cover, so I can show you guys. Check out Air, the motion picture, because I'm also going to be checking out the anime show because it's only 12 episodes. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I've seen the first episode, and I can definitely say that it's a lot different. The series is based off of the visual novel, so if you want more of the story from the visual novel, go with the anime show. So yeah, with that being said, this is the Anime Blaze signing out.